If you are a healthcare professional, a physician, nurse, therapist, owner of a healthcare uh, agency like home health, doctor's practice, uh, clinical rehab, you need to be aware of some serious issues for Medicare and Medicaid based providers. As an attorney with over 20 years experience in healthcare practice, I have seen good doctors, good home health owners, good professionals be subject to years of agonizing appeals and scrutiny, both in civil and criminal investigations and or audits. If you are subject to a civil audit, you will usually get a request for specific files from the audit contractor with CMS. It's important these be complete, clearly copied, and have a competent healthcare professional either copy or immediately supervise the copying these files. Numbering, cataloging, absolutely imperative. The auditors lose files. They lose parts of files. Probably not intentionally. They just have so many. They're looked at in rooms usually with dozens of other providers. They get mixed up. Also, it's important to understand the audit contractor gets expenses paid plus they usually get a bonus of about 15% of any amount they say due. This becomes a large amount usually because the amounts due are extrapolated, i.e., you may have 50 files and they say you owe 30,000 plus dollars to pay back to the government. But they apply this percentage in the context of the audit sample to your whole billables during the same period. So you may owe back $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in extrapolated amount. It's important you respond to defects in the audit, point those out clearly, address the issue of representative sample in the audit, clearly point out their mistakes in the subsequent redetermination audit and independent audit determination. You need to consult an attorney well experienced in this area. Also, that attorney will usually bring in an expert in clinical notations. I've used experts. I've used one physician that's a board certified family specialist and also certified in fraud detection, who has been wonderful in both these audits and up to defense in criminal and appeals in civil cases. It is also important to understand that what may appear to be a civil audit can quickly turn into a criminal audit. A number of healthcare providers I've represented have been subject to an immediate freeze of all their payables, recoupment of payables from their Medicare, Medicaid depository accounts, and put under a suspicion of criminal activity. The determination of this can go on for months and months, years and years. To cut this short takes serious work by a knowledgeable attorney and a knowledgeable and experienced expert. It is also important to understand that if at this stage you're referred to the U.S. Attorney's Office, you have entered another realm there is usually no quick way out, but there's usually a shorter way and a longer way. I've represented many, many clients, both physicians, nurses, home health agency owners, in criminal investigations. Some have been cut short at the beginning. Others have gone on for a year or 2 years. Only 2 out of about 60 were found guilty. However, a lot of work, a lot of understanding went into it. For a professional that's doing nothing criminal, a serious and responsive approach will usually cut time, stress, and expense. If you ignore it, if you put it off, if our human tendency is to say it's not that bad. I know I didn't do anything wrong. You may not have done anything wrong, but you can still go through a serious period of stress and disturbance and what can be a death knell to your practice through publicity, through news releases from the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's why you need an attorney early on in criminal investigations. You never should talk to an investigator without an attorney present that knows what he or she is talking about. You should always respond to a criminal investigator saying, I have received advice in a general way that I should have an attorney present. And of course, they may say, well, if you have nothing to hide, why do you want an attorney present? A good response is, well, if I'm not going to ask trick questions, why would you object to having an attorney present? Again, you need to consult an attorney early on in either civil audits or criminal investigations. It is a way to save stress, to save destruction of your practice, business, and to avoid years and years and years of turmoil and distraction in your professional life. Thank you.